Welcome to this Body Slam Progress special, because in just 9 short days, Progress kick off the Super Strong Style 16 weekend for the first time in 3 years. 16 of the best independent wrestlers will be competing over 3 days to be crowned the new Progress World Champions. Plus, Gisele Shaw will be defending her women's championship against Kanji in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Spike Trivet and Cara Noir will clash in an I Quit match, and a loser leaves town. Plus, the Progress Tag Team Champions, the 0121, will hang their titles high above the Progress ring in a triple threat ladder match with the Smokin Aces and the Sunshine Machines. We are talking to one half of the Progress Tag Team Champions. He is the lyrical dragon, man like Dereiss, the 0121. Welcome. How you doing?
Yes, bro, you good? I'm good.
Excellent. How was my intro for you? Was that hype?
It had a little bit of hype still, it did. A good hype, Lyrical Dragon. You got it all in.
Excellent. Because honestly, we always typically I think every show we just keep saying how much we love man like Dereiss when he comes out and he does his look, you rap in the music. I don't think there's anyone that gets somebody more hype than yourself.
I love it. It hypes me up as well, really, because I've no other choice really to get in. I love music, so when I'm feeling the music, I'm ready to wrestle. The music makes me want to move, gets me like also what I'm looking for. It wasn't hyped up, but it's the same sort of thing.
And you are without doubt the best entrance in Brit Wres. There's no two ways about it.
Thank you. I feel like entrance is very, very important in wrestling, especially for people who've come to their first show. It's their first impression of you as a wrestler, and gives them a bit of, shows them about what you're about, if you know what I mean.
I always say it's either your entrance, Cara Noir, or Charles Crowley. Completely different each entrance, but just each have their own way of just grabbing the crowd and just you get excited.
Yeah, definitely. I've always loved, especially Cara Noir's entrance. I think it's wicked, fantastic.
Cool. The 0121 are growing. I've got to say that I've been so impressed with your newest member, Mr. Leon Slater.
Leon Slater is unbelievable. He is unbelievable. It's ridiculous. And I didn't know if you do want to mention North, but if it wasn't for North, none of this would have came about at all. Because I was meant to tag with Visage, someone I've known for a very long time, and was looking forward to it. But circumstances meant I was without a partner, and then I chatted to the North promoter about some options who I could tag with. And if I'm honest, I'd heard rumblings about Leon Slater, but I didn't really. Because you hear everyone these days says people are good wrestlers. This person should be everywhere. It's just so overused. So people, I remember I was on the way to a North show previously. Rebecca Resner. I was chatting to her with a crash boat in the front and me and her in the back, and they were talking about training at Pursuit, and it was talking about Leon, saying he can do everything. And I was in my head, I was thinking, okay, whatever. And then obviously the first time I saw him wrestle was that day. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, geez, unbelievable. So good.
Yeah, because he was part of a dark match, wasn't he, before the show kicked off.
And then we tagged against Lycos and G Money.
Great match. And he literally tore the roof down.
He did.
It was just amazing. And his breakout performance for Progress Wrestling is at the All BAME show, Everything Pattern London. Yourself, Keenan, and Levi Muir in the match. He was phenomenal. I mean, I hate to do comparisons, but I actually compared him to a young Will Ospreay in the way that he handled that match, and he just took the world by storm that day.
Yeah, definitely. It's so crazy how these things happen, because It was meant to have a different match at first as well. And then someone tweeted, is Leon on the show? Or Leon replied to a tweet. I was like, why isn't he on the show? He should definitely be on the show. I was like, to James Abner, the Progress promoter. I was like, is Leon on the show? And it's like, we working it out or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, it's been announced in the same match. Like, finally, I want to actually see what it's like to wrestle him. And he was so good. Like, I can't say any more high things about him. We do need a singles match, though. So I think if we had a singles match, unbelievable.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, maybe he's got to test his mettle against the 0121 guys one at a time. That'd be interesting.
Well, that's how me and Jody and Daniel started becoming a team. We all wrestled each other for a bit, and then we had to rest, like us Jim come attacking us, and then we all had to team up.
I was just about to mention working with Jody Fleisch. I mean, legend British wrestling. He's got some secret out there because he doesn't age whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I mean, what a guy to be working with, both yourself and Leon, because there's so many comparisons with the athleticism between every one of you guys and what Jody Fleisch has been able to do in his time.
Yeah, I think we've got a really nice balance of people. Jody is just a freak of nature as well. You honestly, backstage, he's one of the most chilled out people you'll ever meet. It's ridiculous. But yeah, he had like a wealth of experience. He's been doing it like longer than Leon's been alive, and since I was a very small child. And he can still do all his core moves, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Can you hit that 720 DDT?
Insane shape. Yeah. He did it one time. It wasn't as good as his. But, yeah, hit it.
Okay, because you've got it's Super Strong Style 16. You've got a huge match, but how come to you to be part of Super Strong Style 16? 3 years in the missing is one of the biggest tournaments in Europe. Up there with 16 karat gold. How does it feel to be competing on this card?
It feels fantastic because it's such a great card of talent. There's 16 fantastic competitors in that tournament, and you got like 3 of the best tag teams wrestling. The card's going to be stacked, which is also an overused phrase in British wrestling. But this is a legit stacked card with fantastic wrestlers, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
We are very lucky in the UK at the moment that we can have that kind of stacked card, and you guys are going to be pretty much at the top of it.
Right. It's great to be Progress Tag Champions at the moment because we respect the other teams so highly, it makes it even more special to be the champions of such a talented division. Because you got Smokin Aces, Sunshine Machine, Lycos Jim. Well, obviously Ethan Adams injured, but you got the Young Guns. So many great tag teams. And I feel like we've been representing the tag division for Progress alongside Sunshine Machine and Smokin Aces for the past few months. And I've really been enjoying it, learned lots as well.
You guys have really been the highlight for the last few months. Another highlight would be to see you guys take on some of the biggest international tag teams. So we've been having to think about who we'd like to see the 0121 take on. And we were wondering if you could possibly pick a top pick from the following tag teams that you would like to take on. If you had to choose between Young Bucks, Briscoes, and FTR, who do you think the 0121 would be able to put on the best show with?
I think we're going to bang this with all of them, to be honest. But me personally, I would say Young Bucks. Because FTR have changed wrestling as well. But I feel like they're a lot more traditional. I think Young Bucks were completely different, unique. They changed tag division. I mean, tag wrestling forever. And they will always have that now. So that's why I don't want to wrestle the Young Bucks out of those 3. But they're all great tag teams, of course.
Okay, New Day, Usos, or the Street Profits?
New Day. Easy one that is. But you know what? I love all those teams, especially Montez Ford. Unbelievable. He's like Leon, I think, just springy. But New Day all day, that one. all day.
Okay, British tag teams this time. Grizzled Young Veterans, Pretty Deadly, or Smith and Carter?
As a tag team, we've already wrestled Pretty Deadly. And I've wrestled Pretty Deadly on a few occasions, to be fair. And they're great tag. They're smashing it at the moment. They are. So, but also, because I've already wrestled them so many times, it feels like I'm definitely going to have to say the Vets in that one, because they're a fantastic team. I've wrestled Young Guns loads of times. And they're obviously, they're trainers. So it'd be great to wrestle the people who made a fantastic tag team.
How blessed are we in the UK to have created not only these great tag teams we just mentioned and the guys that have progressed, but across the UK in general, there are so many great tag teams from Scotland, Wales, and Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it started off a bit slowly, because I remember just after the pandemic, it was like Dan, are there many tag teams for us to possibly wrestle? Like there's no tag teams anymore, and then all of a sudden everyone was just smashing it, because like before the pandemic, TK and Mamba were always been a tag team, but now they're really like they've come together and they're a driving force now. Like they're a real threat. You got like Destination Everywhere, Mills and Oku, Aussie Open, unbelievable. We wrestled Aussie Open like a few years ago, but now it'd be a completely different match.
Now, you mentioned Aussie Open. Now, the last ladder match to happen in Progress, in my recollection, is Aussie Open versus the Swords of Essex. It was an insane match. You know, how does it feel to be picking up that mantle?
Well, I know Aussie Open and Aussie Open and Will Moore. I don't know Paul Robinson as much. So like I spoke to him a lot about wrestling. I speak to Will about wrestling. So like they've been the standard bearers for a long time. So if anything, it makes me more motivated to make sure this tag wrestling in Progress is at the highest standard, and putting on incredible matches every show, every month. And we can't let the standard ever drop, because we're representing British wrestling.
Now, the only two ladder matches I can think of were Mark Andrews versus Eddie Dennis and Andrews versus Havoc really early on. But let's talk about your challenges. Smokin Aces. They've kind of came out of nowhere and took Progress and the world by storm.
Because I didn't really know. I didn't know Nick Riley at all until after the pandemic, and then like, I've seen his name floating around on Twitter and stuff, but we just never crossed paths. And Charlie Stardon had some time away from wrestling and had just come back. And I remember the first day I met him. It was at where I used to train, at the Hunters unit in Dudley Port, and I just walked in, and some geezer with long hair. And then we didn't even, and there's doing tags in and out. So I just got an apron and I got tagged in. And we hadn't even had a conversation. I said hello. And we just started wrestling each other. And like, I've heard loads of people say he's great before I'd met him. Like, and it's respectable people like Joel Redman. And when Joel Redman's saying someone is a good wrestler, like, he definitely means it, because he's not just going to say anyone's a very, very good wrestler. But yeah, it's fantastic. So Smokin Aces, they're a great tag team. Real tag team. You can tell they've got chemistry together, and I think they're fantastic.
Let's talk about the rise of Sunshine Machine, because you mentioned that earlier. You know, Chuck Mambo, TK Cooper, they've tagged together in the independents for quite some time, but never on Progress. And then they finally now, I mean, it's probably not in this match, because I think you guys are going to come away with it, but it's inevitable that at some point they will become the Progress Tag Team Champions. Is it not? Even Spike Trivet said it.
Hopefully not. Well, I can't say it's going to happen anytime soon. However, they are a fantastic tag team. We wrestled them a few times, so to be honest. Wrestled Mambo loads, wrestled TK loads, and as a tag team, wrestled them around three or four times now, I think. Very talented. Mambo is a freak with the springboards. I don't know how he does it. TK Cooper's got crazy moves. Like, it sounds like I'm just saying everyone's amazing, but everyone is actually really, really good at wrestling. And then that makes me and Dan have to step up, because we haven't got a bunch of nobodies here. We've got serious wrestlers who can go. And there's going to be two teams. We've got no advantage. If anything, we've got a disadvantage here. So we're going to have to be at the top of our game if we're going to be able to beat those two teams.
Now, we got when you won the tag team championships, it was during the anniversary show, the gauntlet match. What was that like?
Atmosphere. That was what made that match great. Atmosphere was fantastic, and you can really feel it, because in a smaller venue, especially with lower ceilings, the noise just transcends around the room, and you can feel it when you're in the ring. Like, it gives you that second wind of energy and makes you feel more in the moment, and that's what made it feel special to me, I think, personally.
Is that what inspired you to leap up on the bar?
yeah, that was just it. I was just got excited in the moment there, completely.
You missed me by about 6 inches.
Yeah, I was glad to get in trouble for jumping on the bar, but no one said nothing to me after, so I guess I'm okay. But yeah, I just got excited.
Talk to me about the moment at the chapter, I think it was 1-3. It was during the Atlas weekend, your match against Sunshine Machine. Yeah. The entrance, that almost 10 minutes of how does that feel, being a performer in a situation like that?
It was crazy. That's something I'm gonna remember for a very, very long time, because it's just, I appreciate the appreciation that we get shown by the Progress fans. I really appreciate the Progress fans a lot as well, actually, because before the pandemic I wasn't doing Progress, and then I was doing Progress during the pandemic era when there was no fans there at all. So then the first show back where everyone was there, I was ready to go. I was like, okay, I gotta make a statement now. I gotta show what I can do. And then a few months later, and then I'm getting that reaction. It just feels fantastic. But not me, just all of us getting that reaction. It shows the hard work that people haven't necessarily seen, like when we train in the gym and stuff like that. And then it's like they appreciate that we've improved. We're trying to put on great matches for them all the time. And I'm just like, I'm happy to have taken such a liking to us, really.
How can you not?
Yeah, fantastic.
You come
out up, man. I was feeling ready.
You do the 0121. How can we not chant along? It's just so, it's just so chantable.
We're actually bringing Andy to the Progress show to see your match for his stag do. So we are bringing along a couple of non-wrestling fans who we are sure are going to be completely won over, if not just by the 0121 entrance, but by the phenomenon that is going to be this ladder match.
Oh yeah, it should be a real good one. Not this weekend, next weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully your friends have a really good time. We're going to do our best to make sure that they do. And if they want to jump in the ring, get them. Now, joking.
Now it's day 2, which is a Saturday, June 4th. Yeah. The other big match that day, Spike Trivet, Cara Noir, I Quit, Loser Leaves Progress. How awesome has this all been, and where does their rivalry rank on that list of amazing Progress rivalries of the past?
I think them two are both fantastic wrestlers. I wrestled Spike not long ago. I think it was February or March, maybe. What was that? I can't remember what the show was called, but yeah, we had a match, about 10 minutes. It felt really, really good. He knows what he's doing. He's been an antagonist at Progress for a very long time. And Cara Noir is fantastic. He was champion. He's had some great matches with like Gresham, loads of people. And so I think this, with the stakes raised to the next level now, it should be a phenomenal match. I've seen them two going at it for ages now, like not just in Progress, in other promotions as well, like Resurgence. And they're definitely two very different characters, so it's always very interesting dynamic to see how they respond to each other and how they deal with things that the other one throws at them. And it's a really, really good to watch.
It's always hard. It's always violent.
Yeah, definitely.
Talking about great Progress rivalries, what about Kanji and Gisele Shaw at the moment? How good have their matches been?
Kanji is amazing as well. I think if there's anyone to join me, Dan, Leon, and Jody, it'd be Kanji. That would be my pick. One of my favorites at the moment. And Gisele's also a fantastic wrestler. I know Gisele quite well. We used to do like some of the Butlins runs together, so I know how well she is. And Kanji is a machine when it comes to great rivalries. So I know I've mentioned Resurgence a lot, but she had a great one with Charlie Evans as well. So I wasn't surprised when Kanji and Gisele started having fantastic matches at Progress. And that credit to Progress for seeing that match and thinking, yeah, them two will be fantastic together. And they're just going to keep smashing it over and over. And then I feel like Kanji has got something to prove now as well, because she had a bout taken off her. Well, not taken off her, she got hurt. So that should be a really, really big one. Okay. But yeah, I could keep watching them two wrestle forever. I wouldn't mind.
And that's on day 3, which is the 5th of June, the Sunday, the final day of it. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's leaving town? Spike Trivet, Cara Noir?
Well, I hope it's Spike Trivet because I like Cara Noir a lot. So I'm gonna have to say Cara Noir sending him back to Buckingham Palace or something.
Who's going to be the Progress Women's Champion at the end of it? Kanji or Gisele Shaw?
Kanji, for sure. Has to be.
Love it. Okay, Super Strong Style 16. We've had 11 people confirmed so far. 5 more. Who would you love to see? If you could pick somebody, who would you like Progress to announce as part of the Super 16?
What, someone from like British wrestling or
someone in independent or NXT? Because I suppose NXT performers sometimes do. So NXT or independent.
Oh, that's a hard one. That is. Someone specifically I'd want to see in that tournament from. I think it'd be good to see someone. So this is what I consider underrated, and who would benefit from the opportunity to showcase how good they are. Would be Brady Phillips for sure, because I feel like a lot of people don't know how good he really is, and he's only used for a spot of promotions up north, like Tidal, Wrestle Carnival. I think like a spot when he should be at a lot more places wrestling a lot of people, because he would have bangers with people. You put him in the tournament and just has a really good match with one person, then that could change a lot of things for him. Like just same way, Leon wrestling like us, and G Money, and letting everyone see how good he is, like has propelled him.
Which of the close personal friends should be in the tournament, because they still haven't confirmed who it would be? Who would you pick? Who would you pick if you could pick one of the 4? Who would you pick?
Do
you want us to go first? Because we've done it before. So
no, I think we do Danny Black. I think.
See, Dan said Danny Black. I said Callum Newman.
Yeah, Callum Newman would have been second on my list. Both great wrestlers. I've never wrestled Callum. I don't think. I'm sure we've had 2 matches. We've had 2 matches announced and then they just haven't happened. We had one at Fight Nation and then Fight Nation just folded, and then Tide. I can't remember what happened at Tide or something. We got announced and then something changed, and then like someone pulled out of a match, so someone had to switch, and it just happened. Mine and Callum's match that got changed as well. But yeah, but I've wrestled Danny Black and he's great. Wrestled Lando as well. I haven't wrestled Mayhew, I don't think.
So
Be all
go on
great
then.
matches.
We've discussed who's in it. Who do you think is going to come out with the belt as the winner of Super Strong Style?
It's got to be Warren Banks for me. It's my pick. I think it's his time. He's got a great run of momentum at the moment. And I think if he has a good weekend, who knows what could happen for him.
I would be very happy with that.
Yeah, after what happened at the anniversary show, surely the momentum's got to be with Banks. I think the fan support is behind Banks. I also think there's a lot of fan support for Brady Phillips, because I noticed when they put out who should be in it, I saw a lot of people commenting Brady Phillips. So fingers crossed for the young man. It's been awesome having you on today. Is there anything you would like to talk about? Obviously, I'm wearing the old man like Dereiss shirt, the Lyrical Dragon on the back. You've vintage. Got new for this show, haven't you?
I've got new t-shirts, yeah, but I'm running low now. I'm on the last 20 t-shirts and like last 6 hoodies. So if you want one, you're probably better off getting it online before my shows this weekend and British Strong Style. And I might have some new t-shirts at British Strong Style, but we'll have to see.
And maybe. Where online can they get them, Dereiss?
manlikedereiss.bigcartel.com.
Awesome. With that said, just remember, don't feed the trolls.